Okay, YouTube fans, we have today a Harbor Freight Oscillating Multifunction power tool that needs to be repaired. I've talked to some friends about this and they're having the same problems with these. This is the old one here, and the little pins that align the cutting blade shear off. I think this happens when the bolt vibrates a little loose, and they tend to shear off. Just to give you an idea, here is a brand new one. I actually have 4 of these, and this is a brand new one, and the pins are intact, and that's what holds the blades in place, with the screw holding the blade down, and the pins keep it from moving. So what I did was, to repair this, I bought some number 256 screws. I got 100 pack of them for about $7. That was mostly shipping cost. And I bought 256 taps to tap the 4 little holes, and those were about $11.50 on Amazon. I'll post link to both of those. And of course, this will be a repair that will repair many of these. Like I said, I've got 4 of these. They're an extremely valuable tool. I use them to cut door jambs when I'm doing hardwood floors or tiling jobs. I actually just replaced 35 window sills in my house, and I was able to cut the window sills out using this tool. It's just extremely valuable. It's one of the best deals at Harbor Freight. I think they sell for about 20 bucks. And if you get the 15 or 20% coupon, they're $16 or $17. And they are more or less disposable. And with the cost of the repair parts, it's hardly worth repairing if you're just going to do one, unless you have some of these tools and screws already in stock. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the drill press and drill these 4 pins out to the size for a 256 tap. Okay, let's see if we can punch these pins out. They're a little harder than the head material, so they were difficult to drill. Okay, I looked up the drill size for a 256 screw, and the drill tap size is a number 50 drill. So let's go ahead and drill these 4 holes. Now that we have all 4 holes drilled out, it's time to tap the 256 threads. Put a little tapping oil each of the holes. By the way, these screws I'm going to put in are stainless steel, so they should hold up to the vibration. And I'll go ahead and do the other 3 off camera. Okay, we have all 4 holes tapped now. The 256 thread. We're ready to insert the 256 by 1/4 deep screws. I am going to be using Loctite 243, which is the medium strength, in case I ever need to remove the screws, but felt it was important to put the Loctite on to keep the screws from vibrating loose with this tool. So the first thing I want to do is use some denatured alcohol here and clean out the threads from the tapping oil. And blow them out with a little air. Loctite. Do one at a time here. A little bit of Loctite in the hole. A little bit on the threads. See if we can get this screw in there. Okay, we have all 4 screws in. So we get a close-up of that. This back one was a little tough. I had to actually use the needle nose pliers to tighten that screw in the back. The rest of them I was able to get a screwdriver on and tighten them up. Some of you guys might figure out how to take this head off, which would make the job a little easier. But I do have all 4 screws on there. The back one's probably not important for the blades I use anyway. You can see that they don't engage. But the other 3 engage really well. The 1/4" length screws work. They're just below the surface of the blade, which is going to work really well. Let's go ahead and put the blade on. So I always start the screw. Put the blade on. Make sure it's seated in the screws. And I think the secret to keeping this thing working well is to give this a real good tightening so that they don't vibrate loose. All right, so I'm going to give the Loctite a little bit of time to dry, and then we'll test this out. Looks good. Okay, it's been a little more than 24 hours, which is what the Loctite instructions said, to leave the thread lock dry. And you can see we've got all 4 screws in the tool now, and we're ready to give it a shot. See how it does. Well, that's great. I think we have a fix here. I think it's going to hold up. We'll follow up after we give it some serious use and see what the long-term results are. Thanks for watching.